where have I cheated myself? Where have I put my needs last? Where have I not been there for myself and chose somebody else's perspective over mine? Where am I cheating myself every day?
My partner cheated on me. I know this person loves me. We're back together, but it obviously still hurts. What do we do?
You know, I'm sure this is common around the world, something I've been through myself. And when you go through an experience like this, ask yourself why. You know, first take ownership. You know, look within yourself, because it's going to be a lesson in order for you to help you grow, right? And if you're on this journey, you're watching this, I'm sure you are. And when you look at yourself and you're wondering, okay, what happened, what allowed this to happen, what led to this? Is it your own personal boundaries? Is it how you communicate your love? You know, what was it they were not receiving? What were you not receiving? What did they need? What didn't you give? Where is your responsibility in this that led to this situation? Once you start to own it, you can then take the burden off the guilt from them and share the load if you're in this together. Because as a couple, it's a relationship, it's a togetherness, whatever the challenge is. If that person goes through challenges, oh, you did this to me, well, go away. Well, how strong is that relationship really? And the fact you're asking this question and you're still together shows me that you want to work it through.
But I think it's also the pain a little bit that eats at you, because you've got so many questions. Why did that happen? Where did I go wrong? You know, also resentment perhaps towards the spouse. You know, the most important question I believe to ask yourself in that scenario is, where have I cheated myself? Where have I put my needs last? Where have I not been there for myself and chose somebody else's perspective over mine? Where am I cheating myself every day and putting somebody else above me or something else above me? Because that's just a reflection. You know, every relationship is a magic tool that is like serving like a mirror of our own inner conversations. And there was this quote that I had on Facebook, and it said, if you don't heal your childhood traumas, they are going to come up in your romantic relationship. And so cheating itself, I mean, it's also a very cultural meaning, right? You know, cheating. There's a lot of
The stigma around it. Yeah.
There's a connotation that the one that's cheating, that one is in the wrong, and it, you know, you don't do that, and it's so wrong in society and all of that. This is all a man-made construction. You know, it's all there to preserve the institute of marriage. And you know, if we were talking about this in spiritual terms, in soul terms, you know, soul always seeks to expand. And if it's seeking to expand, it's always seeking new experiences. And if, you know, one or the other person is in a relationship and they feel that they are stuck somehow and they can't face the other person to tell them the truth without them being hurt, then you find yourself in a situation that's stagnant. And love can be there, of course, still, but you know, maybe honesty is not as much. So, you know, it's a natural need for a person to go seek it elsewhere. So I think by being able to recognize each other's needs in this without judgment, with compassion, is the next level. You know, rising above the stigmas that cultures bring, where actually, weirdly enough, if a man cheats, it's okay, but if a woman cheats, it's a big deal. You know, rise above that and meet in your souls and allow each other the freedom to experience and experiment, if that is necessary. First of all, within yourself, and being able to share the needs and see where you can meet.
Yeah, and you know, identify what the pain actually is. Yeah. Because, you know, it's not the same pain for every person who's been in a relationship that they've been cheated on, is it? Someone might feel the pain of being betrayed. The other one might feel the pain of not feeling enough for that person. So it's your own pain. Identify what that is. Don't compare it to anybody else's, because it's yours. It's your childhood experience. It's your projection. when you start to own actually what the pain is, you can actually heal it together. And it's not a lesson you need to learn from the next partner, your next partner, your next partner. That's what we notice. If you have a pain in a relationship and you know, move away, that pain and lesson will find its way to you through a different form. And Julia touched on a point here, you know, cheating, okay, is it only physical?
Yeah.
You know, cheating could be anything. You know, you could say, well, if your love language, it could be a different love language and somebody's talking to somebody else, and that could be deemed as cheating, right? Or, you know, physical doesn't have to be seen as cheating, or cheating by
Financial, for
financial,
example, yeah.
and you know, you're going to deal with somebody else and you didn't tell your partner. I mean, there's so many different facets to it, and rather than judging this, but rather we're having this conversation to explore it and maybe shift your perceptions of it and give it a new flavor, so you can get on with your life and actually use this to bond even closer, and to really be able to communicate and be more honest and have integrity in the relationship where it was once missing.
And be there for your own unhealed parts that are in pain and reliving the pain over and over again. If you are still together with that person but things are not the same again, that means there is a part of you that has been defragmented and locked away so that you don't get hurt again. So that can put your relationship in a less authentic experience, because then you always withholding a part of you, also maybe as part of punishment, maybe for that person. You know, we subconsciously want to punish the ones who hurt us, right? And so it's like it brings a dynamic that is not as authentic, and you're stripping yourself off from an authentic experience with your partner.
And you know what, I just want to touch here, because for some of you out there, you might think you're in a relationship, but you're really not. You're in an abusive relationship, and they may be cheating on you, but you have this illusion that you love them because you may be narcissistic, and you are, you know, in a low place, and you think that you're worthless, and they're the ones, only they think you're worthy, or something like this. So when you realize that, and it's unhealthy, you need to know the difference. If a loving relationship, something's happened, you work through it, or you're being treated really badly, and you actually need to step away from that relationship, because this is your own boundaries of going, I'm more than this. I need to I need to step up and stop allowing this kind of abuse to happen. Let me look within myself. Let me heal this, so I can step out of it. I mean, I've helped people in different seminars. You know, they didn't know how to get out of this relationship, even though they're telling me things that you know, are terrible, and it can tell that they're not happy. So, well, just break out of it. They kind of like, well, you know, they stand there like, how, you know, how, like they're under a spell, or
it's like an addiction.
And it is, and it's addiction to multiple facets of emotions and feelings that are most likely connected to your childhood experiences, and it's something you know, and it, you know, it feeds you. Tony Robbins talks about the 6 human needs, and if you meet 3 or more of those needs to a problem, you're addicted to it, depending on even on the scale. So you might be in an abusive relationship, meet 3 of these human needs to it, and you're addicted to a negative, unsustainable relationship. So you need to know the difference.
And also, if it's repeating over and over again, if it has happened once and you've been able to heal through it and you know, deal with it, then it's one thing, because that's just human experience. But if it happens over and over and over again, then it's an unhealthy pattern. It's like, you know, being with somebody for the point of security, but yet still looking to satisfy your needs somewhere else. Lots of people live like this. The Russians, so many of them that I know, live like this. But at the same time, it's like you can't really be fully invested in either, because you are then having to always cover the other part of yourself that you're not sharing with the other. So again, it's that relationship with yourself. It's that authenticity with yourself. Where are you cheating on yourself? Where you are, like I said, you know, choosing not to validate your feelings and your needs and expecting other people to do that for you.
And it's an energy drainer. So the sooner you heal this, the sooner you own your parts, the sooner they own their parts, as soon as you come together, the sooner you'll be in the present moment again. Because until then, you know, it will be in your head and it will eat you up until you find a place to resolve it. So if you're going through this situation, I feel for you, really. We know And it's not an easy place, and we are here with your journey to uncover if it's either a healthy relationship you want to get together and dissolve this, or if it's an unhealthy relationship and you need help to pull away from it. So, we'd love to hear your comments and suggestions. So, as a quick summary, this is about a spouse who is cheated and you want to get over it, how to deal with that pain. Well, we've looked into identifying where you are in this relationship, if it's healthy or unhealthy, and the different tools that you can do in order to embrace it by looking in your past, where you are now, identifying your pain actually of what happened, but the betrayal of it, or the fact you feel like you're not enough for that person. Then you can start to identify something in yourself and start to heal it.
Yeah, and also identifying the needs that the other person is seeking to satisfy, and open up to a more authentic relationship by being honest with one another. And if there is love, you will want to offer that space for them to have that need, however, whichever way it looks. That's the thing about love. Love is not restricting, love is not expecting, love is all allowing and all embracing, not judgmental. So there's very few examples of a pure love relationship in in marriages. Sorry.
Yeah, marriages. Well, it's most people are in horse trading, right? So love, we get to the place of love where it's free flow. It's about giving.
Yeah.
And when you're in that place, love is healing.
Yeah, so we just, hold the space and wish for you to experience that unconditional love towards yourself at all times, so that you may attract that partner into your life.